Hello everybody, I'm Bristow, this is Ellitopia Gaming, welcome back to KSP Live, episode 6 of season 5. We've had a week off and we had a few kind of technical difficulties last week, mostly internet connection related, but we've sorted that out this week, so we are back. Welcome back to KSP Live. Welcome to everybody who's in the chat. We have the Jellyfish, aka Mr. Ninja Blade. We have William Ullum now. We have LMP Dragon, Samori Roden. Welcome to you, all of you guys, to any more people that might be watching that are not yet chat entered. Thanks for stopping by, everybody, and this is going to be hopefully an interesting stream. I do have some news to do with the YouTube channel, which I shall be going over. There will be a video on the YouTube channel explaining everything that's going on. I'm making a couple of changes to the format of my videos. One of those changes is that my videos on YouTube will now be completely ad-free. I am removing adverts from my YouTube videos. This is partly in response to the release of YouTube Red, which thus far has produced absolutely zero funds for me as a content creator, which, to be honest, wasn't a big surprise. I didn't really expect anything much from YouTube Red. But the fact that I've received absolutely nothing means that I have taken drastic measures. So I am removing adverts from my videos. I have turned off fan funding from my YouTube channel, and now I have decided that my YouTube channel will be entirely supported by donations from the viewers, either via streamtip.com or via Patreon. I know that a couple of you are already Patreon supporters, and a couple of you have already supported us over at streamtip.com, but in case you haven't, the links to those are streamtip.com/t/Lbristow and patreon.com/Ellitopia. And you can also check those out at ellitopia.com/support, which has links to both of those and a bit of explanation behind that as well. As I say, there will be a video going out on YouTube about all of that and the actual changes to the actual content of my videos, as it will be from tomorrow, I think. I think that's when the video is supposed to go live, so that is when all the changes will take effect. The two videos that went live today will still have ads on them, and videos that I've released so far will continue to have ads on them, but any future videos that I release will not have any ads on them, and instead they will have a button at the end of the video and in the little eye thing that you get up in the top, what's that for you? Hang on, top left hand corner, top right hand corner, that's the one. Those links will take you to the support page and the stream tip, and hopefully we will be able to continue to maintain the channel that way, because at the end of the day, if you're giving 50 cents a month to each of the YouTubers that you like to support the most, that's going to cost you less than the $9.99 a month that the guys over at YouTube want for their YouTube Red subscription. And you are going to be guaranteeing that money goes directly to the content creators, so that you are supporting the actual videos that you want to watch rather than supporting PewDiePie. Let's face it, that's basically where most of the money is probably going to go. So there you go. That's probably the biggest change to my YouTube channel. And that's enough about me. Let's move on briefly to our charity live stream. We've got 2 weeks left until our charity live stream on November 29th. The Thunderclap campaign could still do with a lot more support. The link for that, I'm not sure if I put that in the description of the YouTube live video, but if you head over to ellitopia.com, you can support the Thunderclap campaign over there, either with your Twitter account or with your Facebook account. We need lots and lots of support there so that lots of announcements go out to announce our charity live stream. So that we get lots of people viewing the charity live stream. And on that note, the actual charity page for the live stream is now live as well. Again, link for that is on ellitopia.com. over at Just Giving. We are going to be supporting GamesAid for the live stream. I've been doing some tests of the Ellitopia 1 craft today just to make sure that it can actually do what I am wanting it to do, and it can. It really can. Oh, excuse me. That's my pizza, not yet quite settled down. The Ellitopia 1 craft that we've put together for our charity stream can get to the moon. It can just about get to the moon in about an hour and a half. And that's going to be our plan. We're going to get to the moon in about an hour and a half, then land on the moon. And that's all going to be done in real time. But we're going to have giveaways. We're going to hopefully have some fun stuff going on whilst that craft is on its way. We're going to maybe play around with some space planes and things like that. We shall have to see. Oh, I'm a minute 30 behind. YouTube's player is super funny. Yeah, I mean that's not really not really too surprising, to be honest. That the player can be a little bit funny sometimes. But there we go. That's all the things that are going on in the world of Ellitopia gaming. So hopefully it means good things for the future. But that's not what you came here to watch. It's time for us to have a look at what we're going to do this week. Now, here we are in our standard career game. Last week we did a couple of contracts, and we just about managed to survive one of the contracts that we took on. We almost went bankrupt, but we did manage to just about recover it. We stumbled across where is it? This contract here while we were playing around last week. This is one of the ferry missions. Ferry 4 tourists safely to their destinations and back. 4 tourists is quite a challenge, especially when you look at what they actually want to do. They want to fly by Minmus, orbit the moon, land on the moon, suborbital spaceflight of the moon. They want quite a lot. So it's going to be tricky to do this in one launch. It is possible to do this in one launch. What I'm thinking is, if we have a craft that can get to the moon, and with like a detachable craft that can head on to Minmus. Only one of these people, I believe, if I'm reading this correctly, only one of these people actually wants to get to Minmus. So if we have like a detachable section that can go to Minmus, we can leave everyone else behind at the moon and send that detachable section on to Minmus, because they only actually want a flyby of Minmus, which is not too tricky, really. So I'm thinking that might be what we're going to try and do. It's going to be difficult, but I do think it's possible. So I am actually going to accept this contract. So let's have a look at what we've got. We're going to want a craft that can handle 4 tourists and a pilot, or maybe even 2 pilots. Oh, don't need that. Now, as far as crew capacity is concerned, each of these only actually supports 1 person. So that in itself is a little bit tricky. We haven't unlocked the Mark II command pod yet. But I think we can deal with that. Let's bring this right up, because this is going to have to be quite high up, I think. There we go. So, assuming that, well, I mean, they are going to have to all get home again somehow. So we're going to have lots and lots of parachutes and things on this craft. Let's think about this for a second. We're going to need the inline cockpits, aren't we? So if that there is a pilot and the passenger that wants to go to Minmus, that we can do. So let's have a fuel tank and an engine on that. And it wants to get there from the moon. And it only needs to be a flyby. So that would probably do that. Although they're going to need some life support. So let's put some life support on there. That's the tiny one. We want the bigger one than that. There we go. This probably going to want to be decoupleable like that. And that's probably going to want more parachutes than that as well, isn't it? Let's go for... We'll have parachutes on either side of that. And we might as well have them on there as well. Stick those at the old 55%, 55 Atmos marker. Do we need batteries on that? We might need batteries and solar panels on that as well. Yeah, go on, let's put a battery on here. And solar panel, solar panel. Did we unlock the unfolding solar panels yet? I don't think we did we? No. Ah, the Mark 1 crew cabin. How many does that hold? 2. Okay. Going to be making use of that, methinks. There we go, some solar panels. Now we're not interested in science collection on this one, so we're going to be able to minimise the weight and things like that by not taking heavy science apparatus with us. Now we're going to want a pilot there for this section, and then we want 2 of these. Or do we? Do we want 2 of those? We want 3 people to come on this trip, don't we? How heavy is that? 1.05, 1.06. Okay, so the single person one is heavier anyway. So let's go with that, shall we? Okay. So that's the Minmus section for the flyby of Minmus. This section will hopefully be heading to the moon. Now, we're going to need this to be able to slow itself down and land on the moon and then take off again. So I'm thinking we want something along these lines, like so. And we're going to need some nose cones on the top of there. There we go. Okay. I'm not confident about this particularly, but let's have a heat shield on here. Actually, they should be detachable. Let's go for... No, not that one. These ones. There we go. Parachutes. Need parachutes. A pair of parachutes. At least. There we go, on there. And then we could have one on each of these as well. To take them home if necessary. Okay, so all that stuff should be able to come home. Got a heat shield on there. Actually, let's put a heat shield on here as well. Go, and now a decoupler on here. Oops. There we go. So that's a lander craft, that's a transfer and lander craft. Actually, that engine probably needs to be a bit bigger, doesn't it? Go on, let's go with the full size one. And stick those parachutes back on. There we go. Okay. Now the tricky bit. Actually getting the thing into space. Let's see. Fuel tanks, here we go. It's going to want to be quite a chunky beast, isn't it? That's the 3/4 jumbo. What did we have last time that wasn't actually strong enough? There was... That's the skipper. What's the thrust to weight on that? 1.19. That would detach. Probably doesn't want to go there. That goes there, that goes there. That goes up there. Yep. And then parachutes. They don't go there. That's correct. That fires. Those parachutes go there. And they shoot last. Okay. These ones probably need 5.5 on them. Those ones need the 5.5 on them. Okay, so 1.19 is not sufficient for an actual takeoff, but it would be sufficient for a later stage. What if we do something like this? I've not yet attempted any kind of asparagus staging with these large engines. Parachutes. Is that the large parachute? I think it is, isn't it? Let's go with that. There we go. Some kind of detachment system, not that one. Let's unlock this one. There we go. Bring them down a little bit. Hold on, that fires. That up there, that up there. That up. No, that there, that's it. And that there. So they fire. That'll fire with them. And let's get the fuel pipes. There we go. Okay. So that is asparagus staged. They will go. Parachutes will fire. Oh, it's going. Oh yeah, that's right. When that goes, they will fire. That's actually not going to be quite strong enough. I mean, 1.6 is definitely strong enough. But what I mean is, it's not going to have the delta V we're looking for. So let's do that. Ooh, what do we got? We're over the weight limit, okay. So that's allowed. We've only got 6 tons left, okay. Well, we can add more fuel here then. Which one do we use? If we do that and scale it up. Nope, that's over as well. Okay. Use that. What's going on there? Hang on, there we go. Right. Scale that up. And then put them on top. Nope, that's over as well by 2.1 tons. Okay. What if we... There we go. Just reduce the amount of fuel very slightly in those. That is exactly 140 tons, basically. So... gives us 7,801 delta V. I'm hoping we could get this into orbit with just these 3 engines without having to use this stage. But other than that, that looks like a serviceable craft. Now we probably do need some winglets on this, and that's going to push us back over that weight limit, isn't it? How are we going to do this? Big winglets. How far over are we? 0.3 of a ton. Okay, I think we can deal with that. Well, there we go. So that puts us in a launchable condition. Do we need... Probably going to need some reaction wheels somewhere, aren't we? Like here. And that's going to put us back over again, isn't it? By 0.1 of a ton, okay. We've reduced that probably by about as much as there is in there. 360. Oh no, we haven't. Okay. Okay, well, what do we think? It's going to need some strutting, isn't it? Oh, do these count against the weight limit? Oh, they do as well. Right, okay, well let's do that. Let's get the struts in place. Struts. There we go. That's a bit wonky, but never mind. Actually, those engines are on a bit wonky, aren't they? they're not on them, Wonky. What's going on there then? No, the windows are not... Oh, I see. The windows aren't exactly on the side of the craft. Okay. Oh well, right. I'm not too worried about that. Okay, so we're going to need some names, people. I'm going to need you to start coming up with names for this. Um, 140.6. It is kind of getting to the point where this tank is a bit useless. Not really much fuel in it. There we go. Oops. Bashing my microphone. So yes, what are we going to call this thing? This is going to be a tourist craft doing a round trip to the Mun and Minmus. Hopefully. 7,610 meters per second of delta V. There's that pizza again. 3,840 meters per second in the starter stage. Mun and Mun 2. Not wholly original names for craft. Did we already have a class of craft? Excuse me. Ooh. Tourist trap. Yes, actually that came up the other week, didn't it? We had a tourist craft recently. It's not there. I can't see it. We had a tourist craft, but I think that was only for suborbital flight, wasn't it? Let's make sure our staging's all right, because it wasn't then. That and that, yeah. Let's put these to 0.55 as well. Go. And then that engine goes. Yeah, when that fires, good. Parachutes, decouplers, parachutes, decouplers. Ah, actually, that parachute does not fire with the decoupler because that's actually the tourist craft. And that'll be its landing stage, won't it? Engine. Parachutes, decoupler, right, okay. Name it Hamster. Oh dear, I must be tired this evening. I think we're going to go with the tourist trap. Because, let's face it, it probably is. Tourists will love this craft as they journey toward the Mun and Minmus with its luxury passenger compartments. Tourists on their way to another celestial body will be able to enjoy such luxuries as turning their head, shuffling in their seat, making use of the complimentary sick bags. Indeed, this is the Tourist Trap 1. We are saving it. And we are Tourists will love this craft to death. Yeah, well, they probably will love that too. Are we going to take this out to the launch pad? Have I forgotten anything? It's quite likely that I have forgotten something. What might I have forgotten? We've got some stabilizers. We've got wings. I mean, it's looking kind of okay. So let's take it out to the launch pad and see what it does, I guess. And while that's loading, just a quick reminder about the ways that you can support Ellitopia Gaming. If you head over to ellitopia.com/support, you will find there links to our stream tip page and our Patreon page, where you can offer your support now that Ellitopia Gaming is advert free. Any support you can offer will be greatly appreciated, and for some reason we've come out with just Bill Kerman. Let's recover the vessel, because that wasn't quite what we had in mind. Welcome Kevin TV. Thank you for stopping by. We're just getting ready to launch our craft, heading for the Mun and Minmus, hopefully in one launch. However, we had a bit of a false start there, because we didn't actually take any of the tourists with us, which we were supposed to be taking with us. Okay, so let's try this again, shall we? Let's take Bill Kerman out, because he doesn't need to be coming with us. Let's take... What pilot shall we have? What pilots do we have? We have Bleat. We have Valentina. Bleat, I think it's your turn to pilot. Who's the tourist? We've got one empty seat, haven't we? So we can deal with that. Actually, we need both pilots, don't we? Let's take Valentina as the main pilot. Then we'll put one of our tourists in the next cockpit, Erigela. Let's put Bleat in the inline cockpit, the next cockpit. And then we'll put Duduki, Nani, and Debvi, our other three tourists, in the other three seats. In fact, no, Erigela, you can go in the other one as well. You can enjoy some comfort. There we go. During the first stages of the flight, and then we'll transfer whoever it's supposed to be that's going to Minmus into the Minmus going vessel. We will. We're going to be controlling from there, so we're going to want to actually toggle the torque off on that one, I believe, because that's going to interfere. Mind you, there's torque there. Okay, now let's leave the torque on. Yeah, okay. What time did I get up this morning? I don't know. But it is, oh, it's 9:30 at the moment. In the evening, of course. Right. Tourist Trap 1 with Valentina, Bleat, Dudki, Nani, Debvi and Erigela. Out to the... This vessel contains experimental parts which are not available at the moment. Inline cockpit. What? How are that? Why are they experiment... Could have sworn I purchased that. I did purchase that because it let me put it on. Save. Launch. No, they're not experimental. I don't understand. Why would they be experimental? Right, let's come out of the vehicle assembly building and go back in and see what's going on there. Ah, have they taken the Mark 1 inline cockpit out of the game in 1.05? No, I don't think they have they? it's locked again. Is it charging us each time? I think it might be. Well, that's a pain. How do we get around that? Because we're using one of those to pilot that section as well. We're going to have to use... I mean, this one is okay. We can take that off. And we can put a two-seater unit in there instead. Where are they? They're in utility. Like so. And then... put parachutes on that. The solar panels. Like so. Ditch that. But then this one down here is somewhat more tricky because we'll have to use that one. Put some parachutes on that. Maybe like this. Not an ideal situation, that one. In fact, definitely not ideal because that's in the wrong place. Let's put that there. That there. That there. Tricky. I'm less confident about this flight already. Let's see if it'll let us take this one out to the launch pad. Let's check that everyone's all in their seats. No, they're not. Of course they're not. Let's put Bleat in that command pod. All 4 of those fit in there. We could take 2 people to Minmus with us, but we don't actually need to. Saving, taking it out to the launch pad. It's going to let us launch. Don't know what's going on with those inline things, and it's probably cost us about 15,000 in funds in unlocking it 3 or 4 times. Must be something to do with the 1.0.5 update to KSP. Hopefully that won't give us any additional issues. SAS is going on. Throttle is going up to 100%. This thing hopefully is going to fly for us. And we're about to find out in 3, 2, 1, go! It takes off. That's a good start. Shall we rotate it round? Yeah, let's rotate it round. Whoa, there's some heavy wobble on that. That's some real heavy wobble. Whoa! Can we keep control? Can we keep control? Can we regain control? That's a banana, that is. I think that face there kind of sums up this mission so far. Well, it's a slightly bumpy ride. We are kind of getting back to... Whoa, that just wobbled big style. We're kind of getting control of it though. It's going roughly where we want it to. Kerbal engineer part on this, have we? So we're going to have to come out here to find out where our Apo and things are. As we reduce the thrust. Oh. Hang on, engines have gone. Off they go. Thrust up. Okay, that is definitely more controlled. Still some wobble in it. Let's see how it goes. $54, $55, $56. $64, $65, $66. Well, looks like they're going to space at least. That'll be one of the contracts completed, because I think one of them was suborbital flight of Kerbin. Get that to around 85 and cut the engines, and that will give us a chance to regain control over this wobbly craft. Let's ask Valentina to keep it pointing prograde, because she's able to do that. And while we do that, let's have a look at the yeah, we've got a minute. Let's have a look at the conditions that our... Oh, look, hello! That our Kerbals are flying in. Look at these luxury compartments. They've even got a table. What more could you ask for on a space flight? Hello. Very nice, eh? There's our 4 tourists in the tourist compartments. As we head up towards the 85,000 meter apoapsis, we have completed one of the stages of our contract, which is a suborbital spaceflight of Kerbin. 8,000 funds for that. Getting close to the Apo, getting ready to burn this. 20, 19, 18. Let's burn at about 10 seconds, I think. 12, 11, 10, go! Okay, that's full thrust. Let's see if this thing starts wobbling like a banana again. Welcome, welcome, Thomas Harvey. Oh, Dudkey's looking a lot more happier now. Let's get this thing in orbit. I think this stage has got enough fuel to get us in orbit. Just about. Which means we'll be using these engines for the transfer to the moon, which is kind of what I was expecting. Yeah, mind you, we are running out of fuel. Come on, make it. No, it's not going to make it. Okay. Ditching that. Switching to the other engines. Where is the moon? Yeah, we're in the wrong place for a direct burn to the moon. Come on. Come on. We want to be in orbit, please. Stable orbit, preferably. There we go, that's good enough for me, that's a stable orbit. So, moon's over there, means we've got to burn over here somewhere. Now, yes, more struts needed, definitely. I don't remember how we get to Minmus, and we don't have manoeuvre nodes. That's going to be an issue, isn't it? What's going to be the best way to do this? Do we burn towards the moon and then burn out? I don't remember. I don't remember the method for getting to Minmus. Let's burn to get to the moon first, I think. Let's speed up time. It's been a long time since I flew to Minmus. Oh, hold on, we've completed... Oh, we had a stage destroyed because I didn't put any parachutes on it. Orbit curbing completed, 8,125 funds. So the mission is starting to pay for itself, these tourist tickets. Right, we want to burn for the moon about here somewhere. So, Valentina, get us point in prograde again, please. Thank you very much. No, you overshot there. Bring it back. Bring it back. Let's spin around. There we go. Right, and burn. Fair amount of fuel in these tanks, so we should be okay. And what I'm thinking is, on the journey to the moon, once we've burnt and we're heading towards the moon, we can start the other part of the craft burning towards Minmus. Might work. Come on. Come on, Apple. Takes a lot of oomph to push this craft along with these little engines. Come on. Nearly there. Ooh, okay. That's us flying into the moon. See if we can pull that out the other side, shall we? $30,000 periapsis, and look at that, it slingshots it. Oh, in a really inconvenient and unwanted direction. I thought that was going to slingshot us nearer towards Minmus then. But we can actually work with that, can't we? Because if that's 30,000, that's okay. We can actually detach these two craft from each other. And hang on, let's get this right. That wants to come down here. And then Bleat will take the people to the moon, and Valentina will take someone to Minmus. Now the question is, who are we taking to Minmus? Erigela. Okay, Erigela wants a flyby of Minmus. Ah, and an orbit round the moon. Okay, so we have to take her to the moon as well. Okay, flyby and land. Suborbital and a flyby. Land on the moon. So she just wants to orbit the moon. Okay. Right, so we have got to take everyone to the moon with us. So let's speed up time and get to the moon. Okay, so here we are on our moon flyby, which means that part of the contract is complete for another 8,125, and that one is complete for 8,125. Land on, suborbital, land on. Okay, so we need to get into orbit. So let's speed up time. Let's whoop, not that much. Let's get us pointing in retrograde and bring us close to the moon. There we go. Right. Point us retrograde, please, Valentina. How's the fuel going in these engines? Bit tight actually, isn't it? If they land, they might not actually get home again. Print status, print blacklist. What on earth's that all about? Going to give them some of the fuel from this stage. So that they've got a little bit more fuel in these. And then, right, we're at the Perry, so let's burn. Get us into orbit. There we go. There is an orbit, which means that part of Erigella's itinerary is complete, which gives us another 10,156. Then what we need to do now, we need to detach the two craft. We need to make sure that Erigella heads into, come on, there we go, not that one. Come on. There we go. Right, Erigella, transfer you into this craft here. There we go. Not looking particularly happy. Bleat's not looking particularly happy either. Perhaps that's something to do with the way Erigella's not looking too happy. Okay, so it's time to detach these craft. There we go. Switch to this craft. So we have Valentina and Erigella. Now, we're going to want to burn to get us away from the moon and towards Minmus. And I think here is where we want to do that. So let's speed up time a little. To here. Get ourselves pointing prograde. Oh wait, Valentina. Yeah, Valentina is in this craft. Sorry, I thought Bleat was in this craft. There's the moon craft. This is the Minmus craft. So let's rotate this up a little bit this way. Not quite as much as that. To about here. And let's come out and let's burn. Preferably with the engines on. Okay, that will hopefully take us somewhere nearer to a Minmusian orbit. Not terrible, not terrible. If we carry on burning prograde, where does that take us? Does it take us nearer to Minmus? Yeah. We can correct the... Right, that'll do for now. So that'll be leaving the influence of the moon. Meanwhile, let's get here. Can we switch to the other craft from here? No. So we'll have to do that on the map. There we go. So here is Bleat, Dudki, Nanny and Debvi. They will be heading to the surface of the moon, hopefully. Now this is where it gets tricky, because I have to kind of switch between two ships so that their orbits update correctly. Electric charge is running out. Oh dear, that doesn't sound good. Right, they've got 2 hours before that, so let's switch back to this one. Because they'll be at their Apo before that. Yeah, 1 hour 14. Electric charge is running out. Oh dear. Oh dear, indeed. Didn't think of that. There is no solar panels on this part of the craft. We may have just stranded 3 tourists near the moon. And there's no way of generating power for these either, because... There we go, electric charge depleted. Oh. Whoops. That probably wasn't a wise thing to do either. Well. How about we... Whoops. Okay, while the engines are running, we appear to have control. Let's speed up time to here. We may have to let that one do a loop-the-loop for a bit while we head towards the moon. So we got the suborbital spaceflight of the moon completed, 8,125. Recent accomplishment of our space program attracted contributions from numerous organisations. We have entered into a suborbital spaceflight above the moon. 26,000 funds, 2 science and 4 reputation from the world's firsts. Okay, look at this. They're going to land in the same crater as we stranded William in it before. So we can actually use the engines to spin us around, even though we don't have any electric charge. Going to be mighty hairy. I have a feeling we are not going to make this landing. Is superstitious, do whatever superstitious thing it is you do right about now. I'm not superstitious myself, but if I were, right now I would be crossing my fingers around my rabbit's foot. Radar altitude 3,000. We're going to land on a ridge of a crater or something, aren't we? still 3,000 or more. I think I might do this for a bit. Stop us from heading straight at that ridge. The ideal landing trajectory. Well, actually, we're going pretty much straight down, so that is quite an ideal landing trajectory, but doing so at this speed is not really ideal. Looks like it's relatively flat where we're going to be landing, though. That's a good thing. No way that this thing is going to be getting back off the planet again. Right, so we can actually cut the engines. Radar altitude is over 1,000 still. Be careful that we don't run out of fuel here. Altitude coming down to 500. Come on. We're down. Don't go bang. Please don't go bang. Bit of a hairy landing. But we're down. That was a landing. Which means we have completed those parts of the contracts as well. 8,125, another 8,125. Okay, not quite complete because they haven't returned, but we've paid for the mission at least. Nowhere near enough fuel to get us back up again. We don't really have time for a rescue mission before they're going to suffer from air toxicity or something along those lines. 1 hour 40. So let's just kind of leave them there for the moment. Because they don't have any life support supplies, do they? No. Okay, so note for future attempts at these kind of missions, take life support and solar panels. Because we're going to need them. Let's switch to the other part of the tourist trap. Let's see if we can get this to Minmus. It is just leaving the influence of the moon. There we go. It has left the influence of the moon. Now, let's see what it's going to take to get this thing. Let's set that as the target. Oh, the descending node is pretty much where we are. We've missed it by a bit. But why can't I move? Why can't I move? Valentina! I have no control over this craft. It's not doing anything. They're not doing anything. That's not good. Ah! I'm in time acceleration still. Phew. I thought something had gone horribly wrong there. Or something had gone horribly wrong there, but... Right, so set that as target again. Oh, that's better. Right, okay, so we have control now. Let's see if we can correct our orbital angle to match that of Minmus. I'm going the wrong way. Always the wrong way. Ooh, come back. There we go. So this is not going to be perfect because we have missed the ascending and descending node very slightly, but it is going to be close. Close enough for me. There we go. And then let's go prograde. Yeah, that's this way. And burn this out. See if we get anywhere near Minmus. Well, nowhere near Minmus at the moment. Tourist Trap 1 ship food is running out. That's not this one. That is the other one. We're probably about to lose those three. Food depleted, water depleted, oxygen depleted. Hasn't said they've popped their clogs as yet, but... Okay. Let's get our orbits lined up correctly. No, it's the wrong way again. Okay, lining up the orbit with Minmus. There we go. Our orbits are lined up-ish. We are in completely different places. So, first of all, let's get our Apo in the right place. Let's push the Apo up a bit. There we go. Can we move our orbit around? Let's see what we can do. Many circles, indeed, many circles. Right, I think that's the wrong way. prograde, I think. We might have to do a couple of orbits on this one. Going to be a long journey for this particular tourist. There we go. So let's speed up time. Okie dokie, Samori. Well, thank you for stopping by. Electric charge depleted. Ah, we're facing away from the... Great. Facing away from the sun. Let's use our engine to turn us around a bit. There we go. We are picking up some rays. Okay. Speed up time, get to the Perry. Pointless prograde, because we do now have a situation where we are very close to an encounter. Not as close as I thought we were, though. Pointless retro in that case. There we go. Right, back in. See, we are pretty close. Let's see what we can do to get that closer. Separation 8 kilometers, 8,000 kilometers. Right, that's the wrong way. That gets us further apart. So let's go this way round. Here we go. Whoa, 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 slow down. Whoa, 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 whoa. That is a Minmus flyby, which is what this mission is all about. And it will be the first time we've flown past Minmus on this particular career game. Oh look, the Relay 2's been thrown off its orbit. Interesting. It obviously got too close to the moon and the moon threw it away. Interesting. Okay, so let's speed up time. Let's head towards Minmus. Whoop. Okay, we're at Minmus. We are flying by Minmus. There it is, the mint green marble. Mint green ice cream dollop, which means that that's... Oh look, that's a world first as well. We get 10,000 from our tourist, and we got... My goodness! Recent accomplishments of our space program have attracted contributions from numerous organisations. We've initiated the first flyby of the Sun, 38,000 funds, 2 science, 4 reputation. We've entered orbit of the Sun, 36,480 funds, 2 science, 4 reputation, and we've initiated the first flyby of Minmus, 29,000, 2 science and 4 reputation. Goodness me, okay, I don't really know how we managed that, but there we go. So, flyby of Minmus complete. When we leave the influence of Minmus, we can hopefully bring this craft back towards the planet. Unfortunately, we will have lost those tourists that are on the moon. But we kind of knew that that was going to happen. I mean, it's Kerbal Space Program, isn't it? World's first milestones. We've escaped the gravitational influence of Minmus. Okay. Lots of world's firsts being added into... Oh, electric charge depleted. Sorry, right. Okay. Give us some power so that we can activate the... So that we can activate the SAS. Is it me, or are those solar panels facing the sun? I'm fairly sure those solar panels are facing the sun. Ah, there we go. Valentina's kicked in. Pointing us prograde, and the electric charge is coming back to us. Lovely. So now we can speed up time. There we go. Electric charge has filled back up. Get us up to this Apo. And point us retrograde. You come. There we go. Right, you get us retrograde, and let's start burning. Bring that periapsis in. Preferably without a moon encounter. Get this down to about 40,000, I think. There we go. And we'll use the atmosphere to help slow us down. It will take a few runs if we do it this way, but here we go, we're heading back towards Kerbin. And there we go, we have entered the atmosphere of Kerbin. That's my cat asking to come in. Go away, cat. Right, so as we approach the periapsis, we can burn with what fuel remains. Here we go. This is the risky bit. This is where we find out whether we've gone in too deep. The Apo is going to take a long time to come back. We're burning a lot. I'm thinking maybe we should burn our engines now anyway. There we go. There's a moon encounter if we were to carry on like that. Apo is coming in. See if we can bring that Apo inside the atmosphere before we run out of fuel. Because if we can, then we know that we're going to be coming down safely. Periapsis is dropping as we're doing this. Come on, let's bring this inside the atmosphere. Come on, come on, come on, come on. There we go. That's inside the atmosphere. So, we know we will be coming down. When or where we will be coming down, that we do not know. We definitely won't be coming down near the Kerbal Space Center because that's there. This thing is going to be getting mighty hot. Those red parachutes on the left-hand side are showing that it is not safe to deploy our parachutes at this point, which I think is kind of a given. Thinking what we could do is deploy these parachutes first so we can use the fuel in this engine to help us land. It's going to be a dry landing. Oh, I don't know. No, it might be a wet landing. Long way to go until we reach land there. Fortunately, they've improved the water physics in the game in 1.0.5, so we now have buoyancy taken account of, and with an empty tank we are going to be rather buoyant. So as long as we can land gently enough, things are not going to go bang too much. Hopefully. Maybe we will reach land before we land. Land before we land. Speed is not bleeding off particularly fast. Shall we speed up? Let's speed up. The moonrise. I'm thinking maybe we need to be burning with our engines to slow us down because something doesn't seem to be adding up here. We aren't slowing down fast enough. There we go, there's the end of the fuel. Let's flip around and detach that. Whoops! Didn't mean to do that. Disarm those. That's better. And that one. them and rearm them? I don't know. We will find out. Hopefully we will have enough time to establish whether or not that is the case. We're still going very fast. We are approaching mountains. This is not a good thing. Come on, show me safe. Show me safe, please. Oh dear. No. What's this? Oh. Yeah, catastrophic failure. Contract failed. The tourist has been lost. We're pulling the plug on this. We've lost 12 reputation. Yeah. So that didn't quite go to plan. Well, that was the other part of that. Going bang. Yes, we lost Valentina Kerman, we lost Bleak Kerman, and we lost all 4 of the tourists. So, however, we made quite a lot of money, gained some science, and gained quite a lot of reputation from that mission. So, is it actually a failure? I don't really know. Let's go back to the Space Center. We started out with like 200,000 funds. I've got a feeling we're going to have slightly more than that at this point. Yeah, we've got 343,000 and we've got 68.7 science. And I believe our reputation is actually higher than when we left, despite the fact that we lost 12 reputation for failing the contract. I'm going to say that was actually a success. We got them to the moon. We got them to Minmus. We got them where they wanted to go. No one actually ever said they wanted to come home again. What's that? There's a mission literally right where the tourist trap landed. But if we fly the tourist trap, that's going to say that all the people are dead, isn't it? Come on. Yeah. Okay. What's that light? There's a light there. Or is that just a light patch in the dirt that just happens to be right where our ship is? So yes, we lost the crew of this, and that's a pain because actually they're right near where we're being offered a contract. This crater appears to be like our go-to crater for crashing and losing people. That's kind of a secondary graveyard that we've got going on there. But there we go. So I think we're going to need to put out some flags, aren't we? Because that mission did not go to plan. So let's head back to the Space Center. Let's pull out a memoriam craft. Where are we? Memoriam 1. Let's load that. And we'll take 2 Kerbals out in that. We'll have Bill and Bob. We will launch it. And we will take them to our flaggy graveyard. No, this way. Oxygen's running out. That's alright, they're on the planet. I've got a feeling they're not going to starve whilst still in the Space Center. Oh, this way. Come on, how do I... okay, we'll turn this way around then. Oops. There we go. This way. Down the hill. Whee! There we go. Stop it on its side. Bob, out you get. There we go. There is Jebediah and William Kerman's flags. Hey there, Ming Dao Kaljay? Ming Dao Kaljay. Welcome, welcome. So let's plant a flag. This one is going to be for Bleat Kerman. There we go. R.I.P. Bleat Kerman. Lost on Mun. Whoops. Lost on Mun because we kind of forgot that pilots and tourists need food, water, and oxygen to survive. Okay, thank you very much, Bob. That's your job done. And then let's switch back to the craft and let's get Bill Kerman out. Football boy, hey there, welcome, welcome. You can just say Mingy. Mingy? Well, welcome, welcome, Mingy. And plant a flag. And this will be for Valentina. There we go. R.I.P. Valentina Kerman. Lost on a return from an epic tourist voyage to Minmus. Sadly, the re-entry was just too fast. There we go. And the screenshot. Here we go. And it shows us the aerodynamic overlay. I hate that it does that. But there we go. This is our Kerbal graveyard. We have just lost two Kerbals. What's this that you're playing? This is Kerbal Space Program. Okay. Back to the craft, boys. Grab And board. And you too, Bob. Come on, Bob. Oh, no. Bob, not the flag. There we go. Right. Come on, Bob. I don't want the flag to go and get back in the ship. There we go. Grab. And board. And then we can recover that vessel. So, kind of a successful mission, but ultimately an epic failure because we lost 2 Kerbals and 4 tourists. But we did get a lot of funds, a lot of science, and net gain in reputation. We lost some, but we gained more than we lost. So, we don't have an Explore Minmus contract being offered to us. That's interesting. Plant a flag on Minmus is being offered to us. 71,000 up front and 181,000 on completion. That's quite good. Haul Mark II lander can into an escape trajectory of Minmus. Shortly, we want you to haul the Mark II lander can into an escape trajectory out of Minmus. It's very specific. Position a satellite in a polar orbit of Kerbin. Build a new unmanned probe. Doesn't need anything other than an antenna and can generate power. Gives us effectively 100,000. Can we donate? You can indeed donate. You can donate a one-off donation over at streamtip.com/t/elbristow. Or you can, if you want to make a monthly contribution towards our YouTube channel, you can do that over at patreon.com/Ellitopia. Anyone who donates at least $1 will get their name added into our Kerbal Space Program career. You will get to be one of the Kerbals on our career. Bleat was one of those who has sadly just been added to our graveyard. Go on an orbital spacewalk near the moon. You need to perform a spacewalk in orbit of the moon. This time try to keep your helmet free of bodily fluids. Conduct generic surveys of the moon near Tourist Trap 1 ship. Right, that was what that contract was. We're actually being offered a contract to do a survey near the ship that we just crashed onto the moon. Is it in the description? Actually, is it in the description? I don't actually know. Let me have a look. I did make Jelly Kerbal. Jelly Kerman. Yes, Jelly Kerman is definitely in the game. Let me just have a look, see if the links to the... are in the links to the thingamajiggy. Yes, the stream tip link is in the description of this live stream video. So feel free to go and check that one out. Irradiance scan data from high orbit above the moon. Solar particle analysis data from low orbit above the moon. That's quite a lot of science for an orbital survey. No, he hasn't died. He didn't go on the mission. Actually, we've just lost both our pilots. We're going to need a new pilot, aren't we? So now is actually a good time to donate if you wish to donate, because we're going to need a new pilot. Head over to streamtip.com/t/elbristow. The link for that is in the description, and if you contribute at least $1, I will add you into our space program, and hopefully you will be a pilot, because we haven't got one now. Rescue Joiner Kerman from the orbit of the moon. Rescue Wensela. Orbital spacewalk near Mun. Generic surveys. I'm thinking maybe we'll do the orbital scan and the orbital spacewalk near the moon. Have a Kerbal go on EVA in orbit of the moon to achieve this goal. Accept. Orbital survey. Mystery goo, irradiance and solar particles. Accept. Okay, so let's go and see if we can build a craft that can do that. And we will take a scientist with us and probably an engineer. Right, we don't need that now. So, first of all, how do we do an irradiance scan? All of these have got... It's just total light reflected from a planet's surface. So is that the irradiance scan? All of these have been reset. What's going on? I could have sworn I've unlocked most of these things. Even the fuel ducts have been reset. What is going on? Something very strange going on with this save game now that we've upgraded to 105. That I used in my last launch. That I've used before. Oh, no. Sorry, right. Sorry, I see what's going on now. Sorry. We can't use them as a first part. Sorry. My mistake. Oh, phew. Okay, so they are unlocked. Good. Right, so we have a command pod. YouTube is saying one viewer. Yeah, the viewer count on YouTube is useless. Clearly there's more than one person watching. Right, so let's go for a parachute on the top of this. There we go. And we'll go for a crew cabin underneath it so that we can take a few extra people with us. And we will put some parachutes on that. Like so. Oops. Like so. Under that we will have a heat shield. And under that we will have a decoupler. And that will be our return craft. They will be going to orbit of the moon. This won't be landing on the moon, so science implements can go underneath this because we'll be able to recover them into the craft. So, things that they have asked for. Now they've asked for the solar particle collector, haven't they? Adding that. Oh, we can add that on the side. Okay, I didn't know that, so that's okay. Or we could add it in a... what do they call it? A utility bay. Where's the utility bay? There. Service bay, that's it. If we stick a service bay on there, open that up, we can start putting sciencey things in there. So if we put a particle collector in there... Actually, no, that won't fit in there, will it? Because we won't be able to open it. Ideally that wants to go on the nose, but then we won't have control of the craft. Or we could use the hex. The difference between those? That's got more thingamawhat's it. Right, okay, let's reroute this. Let's route this to here. There we go. Put the probodobidobidine. Oh, okay, it's smaller than I thought. So we're going to need a... what are we going to need? We're going to need... Could use... Scale that down, and we can stick that on top, and then stick a solar particle collector on top of that. We can can change the tank setup to make this... Oh, okay. We can't use monoprop in there. So it's liquid fuel and oxidizer. Okay, well we can transfer some fuel into that. So, that's the solar particle collector. I think this is the irradiance scan data that they want. So let's put that in there. We could actually put the box sat thermometer in here. Or just a normal thermometer. I'm pretty sure that they do the same thing. Communitron, the aerial, that can go in here. No. No. There we go. Oh, let's put the thermometer. Let's actually put the thermometer in the craft. That area will just about be inside, so that's fine. Did I use the BD Armory mod? No, actually I've never used the BD Armory mod. Not really my kind of thing, to be honest. There we go. We might as well pack this full of all sorts of other stuff as well. Let's take a barometer with us. Telescope. Which only just about fits. Engineering system. What else can we fit in here? Magnetometer. Not gonna fit, is it? That? Is that actually, you know, valid? I think so. Laser light imager. Not going to use that because we're not going to be landing. We can take a science junior, even though I think we've already got all the science that we're going to get from orbit of the moon, and likewise with the mystery goo. But I think we have to get a mystery goo for the yeah, we have to take mystery goo for contracts. Not really anywhere. Yeah, it doesn't really fit, but I'll close that now. Sticking out. Okay, so let's open that again. Oops, no, didn't mean to do that. Hang on. There we go. Now I think that's not quite clashing with mystery goo. Good. Well, that's quite a lot fit into one service bay there. In fact, that's every science module that we've got in one craft. Not bad if you ask me. And they'll be able to do a crew report as well from in there. So, mystery goo, irradiance and solar particles. Looks like we've got everything that we need. So, let's stick some fuel tanks on this. Them 0.81 thrust to weight with 1.71 max 2,536 meters per second of delta V. Not terrible, not terrible. Let's go for... Let's attach some stuff to the sides of this, I think. Preferably in some kind of logical configuration. Let's do 2 lots of 2. Go. And we'll have some fuel pipes, one from there, one to there. And from there. Oops, no, not there. Hang on. Ah. Go. Asparagus staging set up. I have KSP, but my PC is too bad to play. Actually, it's getting that way with all the new add-ons that they're doing. Getting a new custom game PC soon, though. Good. I like the sound of that. Right, engines on the bottom of there. Engines on the bottom of there. Fire at the same time, hopefully. Disconnect separately, preferably the right way round. There we go. About 950 for the whole pack plus monitor. Monitors are pretty cheap, you can pick those up. Oh, what currency are you in? What country are you in would probably be the good starting point for that that particular piece of advice. I'm currently based in Spain, so I can tell you what would be affordable here in euros. Okay. Well, assuming Spanish prices are representative of the rest of Europe, then you could get a decent GTX graphics card. You can probably get an AMD FX processor and board, a decent power supply and things like that for within your budget. On a budget, I would recommend the AMD FX processors. That's what I use. I use an AMD FX 8350, and it's okay. I mean, it's not the best out there. There are better, but for those of us on a budget, it is certainly sufficient. Graphics card wise, yeah, the NVIDIA, the GeForce GTX cards, that's probably where the most of your money's going to go. I would say maybe a GTX 970 or something like that. It's a decent card. I very much recommend them. I don't use one at the moment, but I would get one were the opportunity to present itself. I don't have the funds. I'm trying to come up with a craft design that we're going to be able to use for future moon missions. Something that's stable with a lot of delta V and enough thrust to actually push it where we want to go. It's not looking bad at the moment. Let's get some engines on it. That'll be a good tester to see how we're doing. Right, that's and that. First, then that, then that. At which point they fire. That, then that, then that, then that. Yeah, okay. 7,000 meters a second of delta V. Oh, there's an engine missing. Come on. That's better. Right. 1.51. That's not bad either. That's a bit low. 0.64, which is when we get to here. Yeah, I can see that. Could do is fire those two engines and we drop those two off. That's not such a bad idea. Yep, I can live with that. Okay, let's stick some parachutes on this thing. We're about ready for you guys to start coming up with some names for this. So start thinking. Right, so when they come off, that one goes. That one needs those ones. That one can fire those ones. They will go on 0.55. Coming up here. That fires them, yeah. So those two fires them. That one fires that. These all need to be on a 0.55 as well. There we go. Yeah, the 970 is probably the the middle of the range card. Actually, it's a good card. It's not even middle of the range. It's a pretty good card. Yeah, an i5 2500K would do you. I prefer the AMDs because they tend to be slightly cheaper, but the i5s are certainly decent as well. For maybe futuristic streaming, yeah, I wouldn't buy anything old. I tell you what, the new 2011. The 2011 chipset for the i5s and the i7s is a really decent chipset. The 2011-3 chipset for the newest i7s is incredible. Carrying up to 64 gigs of RAM and things like that. 8 memory slots in most of those boards. But you would not be able to afford them on your budget, so I would go with either the 2011 rather than the 2011-3, or the one just before that, which I can't remember off the top of my head, is something like the 1156 or something like that chipset. We need some names for this craft. This thing is going to the moon. It's going to take, hopefully, a scientist and an engineer with us. Let's take Jelly, the engineer, and T. Harvey, the scientist. They can be heading on this mission with us. But we need a name for it. It's heading to the moon for an orbital survey and hopefully coming home again. We're going to have to be quick because this stream's starting to run quite long. So come up with some names quickly. Thinking about a name with an X in it. Well, we've got some X's on the on here, the cross bracing and things. It has the X form. Yeah, it's cross form there. It's got the cross bracing. By all means, let's come up with a craft with an X in the name. How about Excalibur? Oops. Yeah, didn't want to do that. Let's undo that. There we go. Excalibur. Because it looks like an X. There we go. Okay, so staging all looks correct. Let's save this. Jelly and Harvey are still there. Let's launch it. And let's get this thing to the moon. We may be bringing them home next week. Depending on how the time goes. We're going to have to do this quickly. It's 11:15. Coming up to 11:15 here. I'm getting very tired. And thirsty. I really need to start bringing more drinks up with me. Okay. SAS goes on. Throttle goes to 100%. Harvey and Jelly sitting comfortably in their two-man pod. My ex. Yeah, we won't be calling it my ex. So, here we go. This thing's going for an orbital survey of the moon, hopefully. We're going for low orbit, high orbit, low orbit. So the irradiance scan needs to be in high orbit. Here we go. Launching in 3, 2, 1, go. Whoa! Pause that. Well, something has gone horribly wrong. Let's see if we can save at least one of these Kerbals, shall we? No, is the answer to that? Parachute survived. What on earth went wrong with that? It didn't... I don't know. Not all the engines fired or something. Someone didn't get their engineering quite right. They look all right to me. No thrust limiters enabled. No weight balance issues. Pitch was weird. The pitch was weird. Hold on, let's take this out. Take this back out to the launch pad and have a look. No. Roll your pitch. Everything looks normal. Why would it not? Let's cut thrust completely. Everything looks fine. I don't understand. Fuel. So weird. All the engines are in the opening stage. That's so strange. That's so strange. I don't understand. I'm going to have to watch the footage back. And, oops, let's recover this one. I'm going to have to go back and watch the footage and see what happened there. That was really strange. I'm not going to risk trying to launch that again because that should have worked. That should have been absolutely fine. Well, we're going to need some more. Going to need some more grave flags, aren't we? Let's pull out our Memoriam 1. There it is. Bill and Bob again can do the honours. We're going to need some more people generally now. We have no pilots and we've got one scientist and 2 engineers left. My pitch had gone wrong. That's so strange. I don't know why. after you launched, the pitch turned. Whoops. Okay, they've just got stuck in there. Don't know why though. No, we'll have to. I'll have to investigate that in the footage, in the replay. Meanwhile, let's go and get the. This way, thank you very much. There we go. So, out you come, Bob. It's not a great week for our Kerbals, unfortunately. Plant a flag. Here we go. R.I.P. Jelly Kerman. Lost in the Excalibur launch due to an unknown technical difficulty. The investigation team have been dispatched to establish the true cause of this crash. There we go. And Bill... Oh, hatch is obstructed. Bill can come and place the other flag for T. Harvey. Two of our long-standing viewers we've just lost there. Plant flag. R.I.P. T. Harvey Kerman. T. Harvey might have known why the craft crashed that killed him and Jelly. He looked quite smug as he entered the cockpit. Sadly, we will never know the full truth. Okay. There we go. And a screenshot in memory of Jelly Kerman and T. Harvey Kerman. Cue the trumpets. I haven't got the music for the trumpets. But yes, sadly these things do happen sometimes. grab board, switch, there we go. Grab board and recover. So 4 of our Kerbonauts lost in this week's live stream. 2 of them in a half successful but ultimately unsuccessful contract, and the other 2 in a completely freak accident, which we will have to investigate further, which means the orbital survey of the moon and the orbital spacewalk near the moon will have to wait until next week's stream. In the meantime, we are going to need some more Kerbals, which is where we turn it over to our viewers. Because for a donation of just $1, you can have your own name added into our game and have a Kerbal named after yourself. And we really do need them. Head over to streamtip.com/t/lbristow and make a contribution there for a one-off contribution of $1. Will get you in the game. Or if you would like to give us some ongoing support, you can offer a monthly contribution via patreon.com/Ellitopia, and you'll get the same reward, but you will have the satisfaction of knowing that you are supporting the ongoing efforts of Ellitopia Gaming in supporting independent gaming here on the Ellitopia Gaming YouTube channel. So, thank you for watching. Thank you to everybody who's been watching in the live chat. I hope you can join us next week. If you haven't done so already, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button so that you get notifications next time we go live and when the highlights of this video go live. If you're watching this on the highlights, thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. I've been Bristow. This has been Ellitopia Gaming. Don't forget, support the indies, and I will see you next time. See you later, guys.